I'm just gonna work on editing it later. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I got a lot going on right now. This is terrible. Hold on. What question? So, would you affirm for both people at the same time? I'm confused. Um, you just assume that you're the type of person that can have multiple SPs. You're chosen. It doesn't matter. Just assume that you are in a relationship with both people. Honestly, honestly, it's what you decide. I cannot put any limits on you and your reality. The same way you cannot put any limits on others in their reality. But in your reality, you're allowed to have as many SPs as you would like. Literally, there are no limits. In your reality, nobody exists but you. You decide the rules and regulations in your reality, in your 3D reality. There are no limits. The sky's the limit. You have no ceiling in your reality. So you decide. Whatever that may be, you decide. That's what law of assumption that's what it's all about. It's in this now moment. Can you decide to be the person that already has whatever it is that you desire to have in this now moment? Can you assume the position in this now moment? That's really what it boils down to. Can you assume the position right here, right now? Do you have your desire or not? It's as simple as that. Do you have the desire right here, right now? Or are you still striving and efforting to be someone else other than who you are right now? In this now moment, you can decide to be anyone you desire to be in this now moment. And that's all that exists. Let's see if I skip some questions. Um, Blah, what made you ask that? That's funny. I've never done that. I'm like a one woman, well, one man to one woman type of person. But so Blah, you are not confused. You are not confused. I've seen you in my life several times. You know nothing about you are not confused. You know exactly what you need to do to get what you need to get done. Assume the position. In your reality, decide that you are right now, whatever it is you desire to be in this now moment. You are exactly whatever you desire to be in this now moment. And no one or nothing can contend with you in your reality. Once you decide something is so for you, that's what it is. Maintain that knowing. Don't allow anybody else to intervene with that knowing of you already having and already being. So just decide that I'm in a relationship with SP. I have the money. I have the career. I have the successful lifestyle. Anything that you want to materialize in your 3D reality, all it takes is for you to be consciously aware of that already being the case. What? Oh no. Bye-bye. Block. um Hi. I'm actually on here early. I usually go live every night at 8:30. Every night at 8:30, I'm on live. Make sure you hit that follow button. And um I'm currently open for coaching calls. If you would like to book a coaching call with me, make sure you slide in that DM. I tell y'all every day, I'm like, y'all, I'm going to get a link in my bio for y'all to click. But if you really want that coaching call, you just going to hit me up and I will respond if it's about coaching. Okay? So there are no rules when it comes to this. It's either you have it or you don't. It's either yours right now in this moment or not at all. The past is irrelevant. The future is irrelevant. What you did in the past is absolutely null and void. It's irrelevant. You know? Only thing that matters is what you're doing right now. And what are you doing right now in this moment? I feel so bad for my YouTube community. I just be sending them up here any type of way. Let me see. I'm actually gonna end this YouTube live. Hey, I haven't seen you here lately. Am I bothering you, babe? Am I loud? Girl, I took your advice. What happened? I know you got the tea. I know you coming in here with a success story. Please elaborate. I know you got a success story. Like, I expect that from you. I expect nothing but good from you. Okay. So I know you coming in here right now to give me a success story about what positivity has taken place in your reality. I know for a fact you about to tell me something that I can tip my hat to. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm not even. Hey, Quantum. Hey, girl. Hey. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I love that for you. And it's just going to continue to get better and better and better and better and better. Like, there's no end, there's no limit. It's a continuum of success and more success and more success and more success. As long as you're focused on success, you can do absolutely no wrong in your reality. Everything that you do is the right thing to do. I didn't even. I mean, listen, when I say there's absolutely no limits to this, I mean there's no limits to this. Yep, just simply went along as if I had it. That's all it takes is for you to be cognizant of the fact that it's already yours. Hey, Queen. Hey. Are we continuing yesterday's topic? Absolutely. Absolutely. I was just giving the chat a little opportunity to come in here and just talk about whatever they want to talk about. Because, I usually don't come on till 8:30. But since I jumped on early today, I was like, let me just play with the chat a little bit. But yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, we talked about the similarities of law of assumption and quantum jumping, and how with quantum jumping it's very similar. It's two different things, but they're saying the exact same thing. Okay. So yes, we will be continuing that conversation, Quantum Cat, by deciding how to wait. Let me see. I think I didn't catch the beginning of your question. I'm so happy for you. Is it Kimari Leaf? Because I be calling you Leaf. Is your name? What is your name again, please? If you don't mind me asking. I think it's Kamari or something like that. By deciding how to decide. Let me rephrase what you just said. Are you asking me how to decide? Like, I can't tell you how to decide. Like, the only thing I can tell you, I hope I'm interpreting this question right. The only thing I can tell you about decisions in your reality, do what works for you and do what's smart, the most obvious choice. Do what works for you. Do what's going to make you happy. Do what's going to benefit you in your reality. That's the only thing I can tell you by deciding things in your own reality. Is follow your own inner guidance. I can't give you guidance about something that's going on in your reality. The only person that I can help you and I can tell you my perspective, because a lot of times when first of all, you need to be careful who you're talking to. Because a lot of people will give you advice and it's not the advice that you need. Just look at their lives as the example. I wouldn't be taking advice from any and everybody. But especially if they're telling you things that's not in alignment with what you desire and what you want. You want to keep people in your circle that's going to, aid you in your quest to success, but also hold you accountable. And when I say hold you accountable, I mean, if I know you desire something and I know you're trying to materialize something in your life, and I see you taking actions in your 3D reality that's counterintuitive to everything that you say that you want, and I see you doing that, I'm going to hold you accountable. I may not say anything directly, but I will like bring it up in a way where you're kind of like to help you get back on the track of the reality that you see yourself in. I basically dissolve resistance in people. Dang, hold on, y'all. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I'm getting nervous. He will get bored. Okay, well, he's going to get bored. Kamira. Okay, Kamira. Okay, I have to remember that. Kamira. I love that name. It's so cute. Just decide. Absolutely. And girl, also stuff from my Pinterest board. Absolutely, girl. I love me a good Pinterest board. I got my little. You should make you a Pinterest board for each topic. If it's career, if it's personal life, if it's work life, if it's, I said career and work life. If it's lifestyle, if it's fitness goals, if it's regardless of what it is, make sure that you are saturating your consciousness with things that you want versus things that you don't want. Just because somebody else assumes something for you does not mean you have to accept that reality for yourself. So once you decide something in your 3D reality, you are the only person who can dictate whether that is so or not. Don't allow others to put their limiting beliefs onto you or their perception of what they feel like you should or should not be or do or have. Let me see. You look so pretty. You're a baddie. Thank you so much. Manifested lots of aesthetically hygienical stuff and clothes. Absolutely. I love that for you. Mary, all is one. I love Mary. Mary is amazing. She's a little bit non-dualistic for me. And I'm really non-dualistic too. But she's like next level non-dualistic. But hold on. All is one. She made a good video about deciding an example, considering no contradicting path. Ooh, I'm going to screenshot that because that is really good. I actually have to catch back up on some of her content. I'm going to pin that so everybody in the chat can see it. Quantum says, All is Mary made a video about deciding, i.e. considering, oh, damn. Hold up. My bad, y'all. I'm tripping. Considering no contradicting paths. So if you decide something, you should not see anything contradictory. Like when you guys say, oh, I decided that I have this, but then I saw that. I don't give a fuck what I saw. I said what the fuck I said, and that's what's going to materialize because I said so. As simple as that. I'm nervous if it will last. Well, guess what? It won't last because you're not even sure about your own decision in your life, in your personal life. So guess what that means? Oopsie daisy, you just not gonna get it. I'm not here to baby you. I'm not here to babysit you. I am very understanding. But it comes to a point when you guys come in here every day with the same sob stories. Like it's always the same sad song. Okay? I'm not being mean. I'm saying this from a place of love. Okay, guys? It's always the same sad song. It's redundant at this point. And if you know what you're supposed to be doing, why continue to repeatedly put yourself in that same sad song? Some people can't get themselves out of that toxic cycle. I understand. It's what you're used to. It's what you're accustomed to. and you don't know any better. And they say, if you don't know no better, you can't do no better. But once you know better, it comes to a point where you have no choice but to do better. So, with that being said, I suggest you start to actually apply the information that you're being given. Okay. And I don't gatekeep over here. That's one thing about me. If I'm on live and I'm telling y'all this information, these are things that I charge people for, and I'm giving it to you for free. You pay for my time. You pay for my exclusivity. Hopefully I said that right, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. So I lay it all out. If y'all got any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I will answer them for you. What should I do? I didn't even know you said that, but I just told you. Screw your head on straight. Should I just decide he's going to stay obsessed with me because I'm irresistible? You have to decide that. I cannot decide that for you. What do you think? What do you think? Okay? And I'm not being mean. I don't want you to think I'm being mean. I am telling you what you really need to do. As simple as deciding and standing firm in that decision. Where y'all make y'all Pinterest boards on the app? I never used it. I'm actually gonna do a video on my TikTok, like a law of assumption Pinterest board TikTok. You download the Pinterest app, okay? And then you make a tab. You can open up different sectors and name them. So let's just say I favorite certain pictures and they come into my profile, like the Pinterest profile. You can label them. Like if you want to look at, I remember when it's certain specific things that I want in my manifestations, and I go like for specific looks. I curate my Pinterest board with a certain ambiance, with a certain vibe. If I want to get in a certain mood, I create an ambiance with pictures that put me in a certain frame of mind, and I name them specifically to kind of like keep me focused. You need to have focus, guys. Don't let anything break your focus. But when you're creating these Pinterest boards, you want to be very methodical with these Pinterest boards and bring them to life and just saturate yourself. Even if it's even with cleaning, like it's a girl on TikTok, her name is Nikki's Cleaning Talk and stuff like that. Even though she's a cleaning TikTok, when I watch her videos, it make me get into the state of organization. I love to be organized and I love to organize things. And sometimes I'm not in the mood to do certain things. And whenever I go watch her TikToks, it put me in an organization mood. It puts me in the consciousness of, okay, I am organized. And I feel motivated to do it. Or the same way with anything, honestly, anything. You can literally think of anything and make a Pinterest board about it. Anything, absolutely anything. I'm gonna try to do a TikTok, like a screen recorded TikTok, and post it to show people like how I use my Pinterest boards to manifest certain things. You can even make a money Pinterest board where you just have pictures of money, pictures of bank accounts with fully loaded bank accounts to saturate your mind and what it looks like, what it feels like, how to be in the assumption of already having whatever it is you desire. If it's a specific job, if you want to be a news anchor, I would do behind the scenes of a news anchor room or whatever the case may be. It's really interesting. I love it. It's like a visualization technique, but make it fun. Visualizing for me is fun as well too, but like Pinterest, it just put it to form. It's not just in your mind, it's also physically where you can see it. It's kind of like when people do vision boards and they hang certain things up on the vision board to just constantly keep it at the front of their mind. Okay, I'm gonna try it. You should, Dream Key. Do you ever feel tested by, and how do you handle it? Do I ever feel tested by the 3D and how do I handle it? I used to. I can say that I used to feel like I was being tested by my 3D reality, but now I don't because I know that I am the source of everything. So even if something tried to pose itself as a threat or as a test, bitch, you don't give me a test. Every time a motherfucker try to give me a test, they end up learning a lesson. So I've taken on a new ideology that regardless of what somebody else is doing, it has nothing the fuck to do with me. So I don't look at it as the 3D is testing me. I pay it fucking dust. It's irrelevant in my reality. It doesn't exist to me. Only to you in your world and in your reality it exists. But in mine's, it does not fucking exist. So yeah. Do what you will with that information. But you if you're feeling tested in your 3D reality, you know, yes. No, I don't. I don't. I would say no. I would say no. I don't feel tested. Even if I was given a test, I wouldn't be tested. So no, I don't. I don't give that any acknowledgement. Does motivation go in hand with manifesting? I feel motivated. Even when you're not motivated, you still manifest. But what I mean by motivated is like in your 3D reality, you know, sometimes you may not be in a happy, pleasant mood all the time. It may have nothing to do with manifestation, but your 3D reality is always materializing. It's an ongoing process. Manifestation is just a term that we use to give explanation to how this reality operates. So we call it manifesting. But what we're really saying is at every new moment of now, my reality is morphing and shaping into something different. It is not linear. It is not a linear thing and nothing is really set in stone. So whatever you're seeing or perceiving at this very moment, it's always changing. So just because you're seeing something right now doesn't mean you'll continue to see that. So, I like to keep certain things at the forefront of my mind to remind me and keep me in alignment. Hey, Em. Hey, girl. Hey. Then when I disregarded Dream Key, I'm going to tell you, girl, I know you said something else before that, but let me see. Hold on. Some of your messages begin filtered out. I don't know why, y'all. I've tried to fix it. I've went into my private settings. Some of y'all be telling me that y'all messages don't be coming into the chat. So I would say, even if you're not motivated, you're still manifesting, even if you're not motivated. But I love the feeling of motivation. I love when I feel eager to do something. I love when I love to cook, but I don't always feel motivated or eager to cook. So if I go on TikTok and I watch somebody throw down in the kitchen, or I smell some food, or I get this strong craving for something in particular, then I get this strong sense of motivation. Even if a few seconds ago I didn't really feel motivated to cook. But if I go to my Pinterest board and I look at some of my pictures that I curated, you can even make a foodie Pinterest board or call it Chef Boyardee. I don't know. I just come up with creative ways to keep me in that flow state of always wanting to create and always, do beautiful, amazing things. So I just think Pinterest is like top notch. Dream Key, please put the question in the chat again. That was for you, Angela, about the motivation. Okay, I already spoke to you. I'm gonna speak to you again. Hey, Queen. Hey. Then when I disregarded, please elaborate, because all I see is then when I disregarded. So I'm just gonna assume what I think you're asking me or telling me. I think you're saying you feel like your 3D reality tests you, and then it continues to persist even when you disregard it. You feel like it continues to test you even when you ignore it, even if you don't give it energy. And your job is to continue to ignore and continue to give your, let's say you have in your left hand, you have something that you don't want to materialize in your 3D reality. And in your right hand, you have something that you want to materialize in your 3D reality. What you're going to do is you're going to continue to feed what you want and neglect what you don't want. Anything that you neglect and don't give attention to, it dies. So feed what it is that you want and disregard things that you don't want. I'm not saying you can't acknowledge it in the 3D reality. If it's something that you have to deal with, I can acknowledge something and still pay it fucking dust, because I know that it cannot contend with me in my reality. So I can acknowledge something taking place in my 3D reality and still pay it dust. I can look in the face of some shit and not give a motherfuck. That's how you have to be. And not from a place of arrogance, not from a place of being disrespectful, but from a place of, I'm not going to allow this situation to turn me into something that I'm not. I'm not going to allow this situation to have more control over my 3D reality than I do. So you always want to make sure that you are staying aligned with your desire. Stay focused on what you want. Y'all see what Dream Key said? She said, okay, I get you. Yes, that's exactly what she was asking. And I didn't see the beginning part of her question. I'm just so intuitive that I can pick up on what people think and how they feel without fully getting the entire picture. Like, I'm really tapped in for real. Like, I'm tapped all the way in. I do that in real life too. I can see you or be around you and I can sense information from you, like a computer or some type of like super intelligent being. But yeah, that's all you do. You pay it dust. You give it no credence. Do y'all ever see Beyonce going back with motherfuckers that want her to give them the time of day so much? No, she pay them fucking dust. She gives them no acknowledgement whatsoever. And she doesn't do it from a place of, oh, I want to teach you a lesson. I want to prove something to you. I want to show something to you. I want you to know how irrelevant I think you are. No, she does it from a place of, bitch, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm enjoying my life. I got a lot going on, and I genuinely don't give a fuck. It's genuinely irrelevant. And even if she does give a fuck, she is rooted or anchored in who she is. Because if she wasn't, she wouldn't have gotten to the level of success that she is. You don't get to that level of success by accident. If anybody tell you LeBron James, Serena Williams, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, anybody that you see at that level of success, they didn't get there by chance or by accident. It's from extreme not giving a fuck about nothing that's going on in their 3D reality. They got their eyes on the prize. Even if a motherfucker, do you know how many motherfuckers try to test Beyonce to provoke her and get a reaction or a response out of her? That's the whole point. Who's going to, are you going to let that situation dictate you, or are you going to dictate that situation? That's all. That's what it boils down to. Let's see who get to it. I can take any situation and call it meaningless and give it the meaning that I decide it's going to have in my reality. I don't know what you're going to decide it means. I don't know how you are going to interpret that situation. But in my reality, I interpret it in a way that's going to benefit me. I don't give a fuck what you do with it after I'm done with it. So, yes, guys. Yes. If we could boil this down to maybe as simple as, see, a lot of people like to use all of this word vomiting shit. If you take it down to the basics, the only thing you need to know is you already have it. So perceive that in your reality. I'm perceiving that I am loved, I am chosen. You know? If a person can get you off your game, get you off balance, get you to lose focus, and you're not, really tapping into your gifts, tapping into your purpose, then they've already won half the battle because you're distracted. You're not focused on what you're supposed to be doing. And really your purpose, whatever the fuck you decide it is. But I feel like certain things come to me naturally. So I hone in on things that I enjoy doing and things that come like second nature to me. Do you have to actually believe your new identity? Some people say you don't have to believe your new identity. They say that you could start off not believing it and then, you know, persisting in the assumption by, repeating affirmations to yourself. Me, I go into my imagination and just decide that is true for me. And I experience my reality from the identity that is true for. So, do you have to actually believe your new identity? I would say yes, but that's just my personal opinion. I would say yes, because let's just say you're assuming something or you're trying to, hey, Caesar, Caesar, W in the chat. Caesar come in here. He don't play the fucking radio, okay? So let's just say, thank you. You're so cute. Let's just say you were trying to materialize something in your 3D reality, but you don't really believe it. Even if you materialize it and manifest it in your 3D reality, you're going to lose it just as quickly as you materialize it because you don't even believe it. Law of assumption and quantum jumping into realities that you desire, you have to actually believe what you're assuming, in my honest opinion. Because in order for you to think the thoughts as of the person that actually has the thing, you have to believe it. How can you, embody something that you don't believe? Even, and I will say this, yes, you can initially start off not really believing something. And I don't say not believing it. I'll say it's starting off as a desire that you're not yet comfortable with. Because the fact that you desire it means that it's already yours. If you have a desire for something, that means that it's already yours. So the simple fact that you desire it means that it belongs to you. So even if you start off with it just being a desire, the more you persist in the assumption of this desire is already mine, this desire is already mine, and get yourself comfortable more and more as the time go by. There is no really time, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. As awareness changes, because your awareness is always changing, you're always growing into something bigger and better and more powerful in every new moment of now. Your mind naturally starts to retrieve thoughts from that frequency. Like when you turn a radio on and you put it on a certain station, that station is for you to pick up songs from that frequency. The same with your thoughts. Once you assume a position and you're in a state of consciousness of something, you'll start to retrieve certain information from that frequency because that's what you're tuned into. Tune into what you want. You're basically selecting. You have the choice. That's why when people say you have the choice to decide, you are selecting what you want. When you go in the store, you can select. You have the choice. You don't have to go in Walmart. I'm going to tell y'all a story. I'll never forget this story. I'm going to tell y'all how powerful decision making is and how you can be programmed to think certain things that can either be a hindrance or something that's going to push you forward. It'll catapult you forward. I went to this restaurant, this I wouldn't say a Michelin. I'll just say that it was a Natal. I don't know. I'll say it was a 5-star restaurant, and it was a little bit on the higher end side, like something that I had never experienced before. So when I went in, I felt like I had to behave in a certain way. I felt like I had to do certain things. Hey, princess. I felt like I had to order certain things on the menu in order to feel like I belonged in that environment because it was so, and it really wasn't even that high up. But back when it happened, I felt like it was that thing. I thought it was a cool thing. So, you know, and over time your mind start to change. But I go in and I tell the lady, okay, well, I'm just gonna get this because I'm supposed to. She said, you don't supposed to do nothing. You can decide if you want that or not. If you don't want to get an appetizer, you don't have to get an appetizer. You could just go straight to the entree. So she was basically telling me, you can decide what you will and you won't have. You can decide that. Even though this menu offers you whatever the fuck you want, you can order anything off of this menu. You don't have to abide by these certain rules and stipulations. You can choose, you can decide, you can select what you want and leave the rest. Just like with zodiac signs, you don't have to take everything that they say about your zodiac. Zodiac signs are not even real, guys. They only exist because you give them credence. They literally mean but fucking nothing. They only have power because you say that they do. Other than that, they mean absolutely nothing. I just really too lazy to affirm, and I'm worried it's setting me back because affirming helps me believe. If you believe that it's setting you back, that's exactly what it will do. If you believe that anything is setting you back, that's what you will experience in your 3D reality. You cannot believe that that is setting you back. You have to believe that it is catapulting you forward. You decide, that's what you decide mean. How are you going to allow something to set you back in your 3D reality? You know, you get to decide what sets you back and what catapults you forward. I decide that everything catapults me forward. I don't give a damn what it is. I'm going to use it to my benefit. I don't give a fuck what it is. Even if it was sent to destroy me, even if it was sent to be something negative, it worked in my favor. I don't care. I don't care what it is. I'm going to tell myself that it is working in my favor. As delusional as you may think that that is, I don't give a damn. I said it's working in my favor. So that's exactly what it's going to do. I'm going to come back live at 8 o'clock, guys. So make sure you follow me. Make sure you turn your post notifications on. So when I go live, you get a notification that I am live. All right, guys. I went live. I'm so proud of myself. I was live on TikTok and YouTube today. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be all for me, and I will be back at 8 o'clock. Bye. Bye, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my video and stream. Bye.